Now here the problem is next problem on block diagram reduction technique. Question: find TF transfer function of a below block diagram. So here R1, and not only transfer function, especially he has asked C1 by R1 and C2 by R2. He has asked two transfer functions, C1 by R1 and C2 by R2. So here this is called C1. Now this is H1. Now from H1 there is a negative feedback R2, G2, and here C2, and here H2, and here minus. This is a given block diagram. So here the multiple input and multiple output MIMO system. The first is to find the transfer function C1 by R1. I will solve by once again superposition theorem. In this problem, first I will consider C1 R1 means what? R2 is 0 and C2 is suppressed. Case 1. That is case 1. Let R2 equal to 0 and C2 is suppressed, means I am not measuring the output. So I will redraw the figure. I will start from R1, I will go to C1. Correct? I will start because I need C1 R1. So I will start from R1, I will go to C1. So here I will redraw the figure. R1 plus C. Next goes to where? H1. When it goes to H1, that is minus sign. Nothing is there. Means what? Minus 1. When it is minus 1, because R2 is 0, it goes to 0. And it is suppressed. It goes to where? H2 now. It goes to H2 to minus feedback. Now all four blocks are in series, so I will multiply G1 here C1 here minus here minus H1, H2 and G2, and here plus. Then it is a minor feedback loop, so that C1 by R1 equal to G1 by 1, here minus is there, plus feed forward element into feedback element. So finally C1 by R1 equal to G1 by 1 minus G1, G2, H1, H2. Next case, what he has asked? C2 by R2. The case 2 is C2 by R2. Now case number 2. Now in case number 2, case number 2, let R1 equal to 0 and C1 is suppressed. C1 is I am not measuring. C1 output. I'll start from R2, I'll go to C2. So I'll start from R2 plus and G2 and then C2. From C2, take up point, goes to where? H2. From this take up point, it goes to H2. Here R1 is 0, but minus sign is there, so that I will take a minus 1. Then minus 1 to G1. Then G1 to where? C1 is suppressed. G1 to where? H1. G1 to H1. So H1. From H1 to where? H1 to negative feedback to this summing point. So negative feedback to this summing point. So once again, what happened? Once again, all four are in series. So minus Z1, H1, H2, here G2, here C2, and here R2 plus minus. Now, if it's a minor feedback loop, G of S and H of S. So here I'll write this is R2 G2 divided by 1 minus inter plus feed forward element into feedback element minus H1 G1 H2, then C2. Finally C2 divided by R2 equal to G2 divided by 1 minus G1 G2 H1 H2. Okay, two transfer function he has asked. Find the transfer function of a below block diagram, C1 by R1 and C2 by R2. This is the C1 by R1. Already we found this. This is C2 by R2 and this is C1 by. This is the method to solve MIMO problem, multiple input and multiple output problem. So I hope you understood the problem. Okay.